Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today, recapping our Week 14 victory against the Detroit Lions. First off, I've been down with the sickness. It's going around. All the things are going around. It's a crapshoot on which one you might get. But I've been down for almost a week. I'm finally starting to turn back around. Hopefully, I'll be completely back healthy soon. But I'm good enough to have gotten up today and watched the game and recap it. So we won. And look, first let's talk about the game. Then we're going to clear some stuff up. The game itself, I don't know that there's a lot to talk about. I mean, you've got pretty much what you got last time. And Jared Goff, while he didn't give the ball away like he did last time, he definitely, still had some plays that gave us opportunities. And even like last time, we didn't always take advantage of the opportunities that we got, whether that be a 3-and-out or a turnover. But the team was able to be effective enough with the run game that we saw. I wouldn't even say, I would say there's just some broken plays that really the Lions could not handle, especially because they don't really have that type of pass rush. And I know they got after us today, and there's different reasons for that. But in general, Lions haven't had that type of pass rush. And so for them to be able to get towards Justin to make a play and then let plays break down and him capitalize on it, whether that's, throwing it down the field or taking off running. But the run game is still effective too. Foreman, I think, I actually think we could be better. I've been saying it all year, but Justin Fields, we know he's going to make some splash plays. Foreman, I think, has been good, but I do think we can use Herbert more too as well. But the run game's effective, and working off of that, when we're up, we could work off that with the play action boots, all that. I mean, it's no different than any other team that's run first. So that stuff helps. You got athletes. People don't really, I wouldn't say they don't know who to cover, but it's not one person that they can focus on. And then you got people making plays. So that's how that started with us going up. And then with the defense, that might be a real story, is that they've come together. And it takes some time. It's a new group. You add Sweat, which added a different level of edge pressure. But then the team being healthy and playing together. I mean, I've said all year that the defense is not as bad as everybody trying to say it is. And of course, you're going to get this whole, well, Eberflus took over and maybe he's that. So now, and I'm a person that's not coming for Eberflus' head, but I'm also not about to give him all this praise because, number one, even if it was true, it was just that simple of a thing, which is not, because Eberflus was already involved with defense. But even if it was that simple of a thing, why is that shocking? He had a great defense as a coordinator. That's the reason he got hired. I don't understand why people say stuff like that. Like, that's the reason you got hired. I mean, that's the reason you were considered a candidate, because you showed that you were great as a coordinator. Now, again, that's dumb to me, but that's the way the NFL works. So when a head coach does a good job with a side of a ball that they were a coordinator for, that's what's supposed to happen. So, but I don't think that's the whole case. I think it's more so, again, you look how many new players we had, plus a rookie corner. I mean, it just takes time. People are so impatient with things. But the whole time, like I said, the teams we were getting bit on being too aggressive. And I told you, like any other coach would tell you, you rather have somebody that's too aggressive than not aggressive enough, because you can walk back aggression, but it's hard to teach aggression. So us flying to the ball and doing all those things, that's always kind of been there. And so I think we're just kind of gelling together. And then the Lions, for whatever reason, not that, obviously they were effective against us at some points, but for whatever reason, man, they struggle. They struggle with our defense. Their offense struggles with our defense, I should say. Excuse me. So that, is just that combination. I mean, it wasn't pretty, wasn't great, but it was a win. And so we move on. Now, let's get some things straight, because this conversation past the bye week, I'm not sure what people be hearing. I just, the way people respond sometimes, I'm just like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. So number one, I said that the Bears have a chance to make the playoffs. And I don't understand why people thought I was joking or were surprised by me saying that. Like, I laid it out pretty clearly in my post, and then after that, I did my episode and I went into it more fully. So, what part of that was a joke, or what part of that was a surprise? I said the Bears aren't a playoff team. Even today, I would tell you the Bears aren't a playoff team. But the fact of the matter is, the situation we were in, that's just what it is. So it's just like, well, I can't believe you say that. Why would I not? I call it like it is. This is not me just saying something to discredit the Bears, or me just saying something to credit the Bears, or credit who I like, discredit who I don't. That's not how this works. I'm an objective analysis. So, or analyst. So I analyze situation. The fact is, today we played a team at home that we almost beat on the road and we're familiar with, and that I think the way we play could stress them out, or not stress them out, but at least we would be able to take them down in a way that other teams wouldn't, because they don't, they want to run the ball and they want to set up the pass and they want to score points, but they want to get you off your spot on offense and kind of roll up on you, or roll the points up on you, excuse me. But with us, it's like, okay, we're pretty much running the air out of the ball. We're running the time down. We get some big plays, lull you to sleep, hit you with some misdirection, some play action, get some big plays. Like, that's, what we're going to do. And taking that time off the clock is not what Detroit wants. Detroit wants, if anything, they'll want you to score quick, because they know their offense could get out in the shootout with you. Now, once you score on them, but you methodically score, you take a lot of time, and then, of course, turnovers, it just forces them to a bad situation. But either way, I'm still thinking, lose or not, we still got a chance. Now, us beating Detroit gives us a much bigger advantage going forward, but because these teams are not going to be as good as Detroit. And then we're going to have a couple of them at home as well. So just looking purely at the situation, it is what it is as far as us having a chance to win. And I think Cleveland is playing better with Flacco, but I still, like I said, I still think we got a chance to go in there in the ugly game, especially if the weather's bad. We got a chance to go in there ugly game. Now, there's a lot of mistakes we made today that we cannot make against Cleveland. Like, don't get that twisted. There's a lot of silly mistakes that the Lions didn't capitalize on all game. So, we got away with that, and we won't be at home. So I look at us, like I said, I don't think we're like some amazing playoff team. I would 100% tell you that I feel almost the exact same that I felt before. If anything, I would say I'm a little more confident in the defense. That's about it. Because Justin Fields is who he is. Like, you could talk about the wins, you could talk about the numbers against bad defense, whatever you want. I don't care. You watch the game, he's the same person. I don't know I mean, I do know why. It's sports media. That's why fans act like this. They just have no attention span and they act like day to day, play to play changes a player. Justin Fields is the same person he is. He doesn't read it fast. He waits till someone's open to throw it. Yes, he makes amazing plays, but those difficult plays won't mean nothing when you're down 14. So there's still things we got to do, but again, the teams we're playing, I think we could do it. And then again, you get the Bucks played the Falcons, so the NFC South is going to continue to fight themselves. But then you look around too. I mean, the Rams are on right now as I'm talking. So, but they are losing now. They could win this game, but they lose. That's another loss for them. Seattle don't have Geno today. They'll probably lose. So again, it was just purely the situation that's around us when I say that we'll probably, or we have a chance to go to Super Bowl, chance to go to the playoffs. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, it was a great win today. That's how I imagine us beating teams. Honestly, and if the defense could continue to be legit, that's even going to increase the chances. But as far as getting some stops, some gritty, tough stops, because we've always been pretty good against the run, despite what people think. So if we could get some gritty stops and then we could get some gritty touchdowns, I do think we can run the clock out on bad teams and get victories that way. So again, we had to fight and scrap today with the Lions. That's going to be the biggest competition. And then going forward, we got 3 winnable games. So we'll see. But this is what I was telling y'all before. But yeah, don't fall into that trap, man. There's so many. And I've been off Twitter, and then I've been sick, so I definitely haven't. And we were on the bye week, so it all worked out. I haven't heard much, but I know there's so much talk out there. There's so much dumb conversation out there, whether it's about Caleb Williams or whether it's about trading Justin Fields or firing Eberflus or firing Poles or like let's let this thing play out, because today I guarantee you right now, in fact, there's Bears fans on Twitter completely flipping the narrative of what they was talking about last week. And so just don't, ignore that stuff, to be honest with you. And we look forward, I think next week is Cleveland. And so we'll move on to that. But yeah, that's it for me. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around. Get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening. Oh, stay up and bear down.